Is this too much? Hello folks, today is Friday, January 21st, 2022. As usual, my name is Jake Baldino, here to talk about all the video game news that's been going on this week. I feel like I have like a news hangover at this point, but we have a lot to talk about, of course, with the big elephant in the room, so bear with us. There's a lot of stories in the wake of the one story, so there's a lot to get through here in this first half, but that is, of course, Microsoft Xbox purchasing Activision Blizzard for the tune of $68.7 billion. An insane, inconceivable amount of money. As of right now, the details are small, but upon the statement and everything, it's pretty much similar to Bethesda, where it's like, hi, we want to own these companies, but we want to leave them alone and let them make their things. We're going to give them more resources, yada, yada, yada. This deal apparently is not going to fully close until 2023, pending some roadblocks. The difference here is that this is a publicly traded company compared to when they bought Bethesda for now seemingly just a handful of billion. That was a private company. Along with that, it is expected, thanks to reports that controversial head of Activision, Bobby Kotick, who has been the head there for like decades now, it's crazy, he's apparently going to step down after the deal is solidified. As of right now, the statement does say that he is going to report to Xbox once the sale is done, but a lot of sources familiar with the matter are stating that he's going to bounce as soon as he gets his check and leaves. Now, along with him, there's also all the conversations about like whether or not the conditions and all the issues going on with Activision Blizzard will be solved. According to more reporting, which we will link all of it down in the description below, I'm paraphrasing a lot of it, but a lot of employees on the inside expect things to possibly look a little better because Xbox has had a recent track record of buying studios and at least kind of leaving them alone or improving them a little bit, and that's it. Now, this deal, for some context, is the biggest gaming acquisition ever by a pretty large chunk. It's also Microsoft's biggest acquisition, which is also wild. You'd think they'd buy some like crazy newfangled computer technology, but nope. Video games. Their second largest purchase was LinkedIn. Now, of course, the question on everybody's mind, because the initial statement was kind of vague, is the exclusivity thing. Oh my God, are they gonna take all of their games off of PlayStation? Is Call of Duty gonna be an Xbox exclusive? Stuff like that. Well, first there were initial reports citing that people familiar with the matter said it's going to be a case-by-case basis, similar to how when they bought Minecraft, Minecraft would stay on multiple platforms, and it has. So then Sony put out a little bit of a statement, a little bit of a response, saying, "We expect that Microsoft will abide by contractual agreements and continue to ensure Activision games are multi-platform." To which pretty much Xbox head Phil Spencer responded almost directly back, just via social media. He said, and I quote, "Had good calls this week with leaders at Sony. I confirmed our intent to honor all existing agreements upon acquisition of Activision Blizzard and our desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. Sony is an important part of our industry and we value our relationship." Now, that might sound like it's all answered, done and dusted, but this is also expertly worded. This isn't just like Phil Spencer wasn't like in a taxi like, "Hey, love you guys, Sony. Awesome meeting." Like, that was a carefully crafted. Can you figure it? So, of course, honor all existing agreements upon acquisition. Like, that's expected. They've already done that with Deathloop and stuff with Bethesda, of course. But the other part, desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. That could be anything. Is that just Warzone? Is that just existing Call of Duties? Is that Call of Duties forever? Can they not say no to that sweet revenue from multi-platforms, considering Call of Duty is still like one of the best-selling games, even on an off year with Vanguard not being that great? Who knows? People are going to debate and argue this for a long time. There are other little interesting nuggets to come out of these stories, though. The first is more insider reporting suggesting that there is early talk that Call of Duty will no longer be a yearly thing. With Call of Duty quality kind of waning for a lot of people, and a lot of studios and a lot of resources being like constantly churned and burned out, the mindset from some, apparently internally, is that maybe take a year off, redo everything, and come out with a game that freaking knocks everybody's doors down and blows out and sells even more.
How amazing does that sound?
It does. That sounds really cool. To me, a little too good to be true. Like, let's see what happens, because money talks. But the other thing that has been said on record with interviews with Phil Spencer and stuff are just a little talks that possibly some studios could be able to make some new games again. A lot of Activision studios have been absorbed, shut down, or thrown onto supporting Call of Duty. So many studios like Vicarious Visions, Toys for Bob, Raven, High Moon Studios. Like, there's so much out there, and like they could go back to putting out those weird games. Like, remember those Transformers games? Those are actually really awesome, like War for Cybertron and shit. Can we get that again? There's a possibility. You know, I'm not like shilling for rooting for this big corporation to gobble up other corporations, but if they can use their resources more smartly than Activision has, so be it. You could say that probably a lot of this is a play for Game Pass to increase the value of Game Pass. Xbox strategically also announced at this time that Game Pass has surpassed 25 million subscribers, which is a pretty big number. So that's where it all really is right now. Now, somebody else said this on social media, and I agree with it. Like, look, if you're trying to like immediately decide what this means or how you feel, and you're kind of like up in the air, it's fine. It's one of the biggest acquisitions ever. It's like, you know, it's like freaking Disney buying Star Wars. Like, it's just like a massive thing. And honestly, we're not really going to see the effects of it or the ramifications of it or whatever you want to call it for a couple of years. This isn't going to close until 2023. And then that's a big ass company with a lot of properties that has to get set in motion. They have the mobile gaming stuff, Candy Crush and King, which is an absolute juggernaut. They have Call of Duty. They have Activision, they have Blizzard of Activision Blizzard. I would love to maybe see Diablo 4 this freaking century. That's where we're at. It was a lot of stories from that one story. Like I said, it'll all be linked in the description below, but we're looking forward to hearing what you guys think, because this is a big one. This is a historic one, you know, whether you like it or not. Hey, next up, this episode is brought to you by Wealthfront. Now, it's 2022. People set all kinds of goals for the beginning of the year, right? Oh, how about some financial goals? Investing in your future is key, and so many people keep putting it off, so that's why we recommend Wealthfront. It's an automated investment and financial app that I actually use on a daily basis. With Wealthfront, it's a perfect way to invest in your future without it being scary. Long-term investing to grow your financial future can seem complicated, but Wealthfront makes it easy, and it doesn't just like throw you out to the wolves. You don't need a lot to get started, and Wealthfront's fees are low. They offer retirement, IRA accounts, taxable accounts, and more. And with Wealthfront, you can customize a portfolio with a risk level that's right for you. But it's also deep enough where you can dive in and get creative where you want. They also offer automated rebalancing and tax loss harvesting to make sure your risk level is maintained and things keep moving. It has everything a future planner-y type person would need. It's all clearly laid out and gives you extra tools to track your finances, and the setup process is super quick. Wealthfront is actually trusted with over $27 billion in assets, helping 500,000 people build up their wealth and their future, and you could be one of them. Head over to invest.wealthfront.com/gameranx so you can check investing off of your New Year's resolution in less than 5 minutes. And thanks again to Wealthfront for sponsoring this video and making it easy for anyone to start investing. Now, in some other news, it seems not big, but it's actually pretty big. We finally got a release date and a new look at the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga game. Now, this game kind of like disappeared for a while. It was delayed, then it was delayed indefinitely, and a lot of people were bummed because it kind of looked like the definitive Lego Star Wars game. Now, if you go, oh, Lego Star, is that for babies? Lego Star Wars is actually super tight. There's a bunch of memes about it. It was definitely a generation that grew up on it. I'm a little past that generation, but I had brothers and sisters. They're well-made, simple games, but this one looks like it blows it out of the water. It's all the Skywalker adventures, all the worlds, all the planets, a lot of freedom, exploration. It just seems wild. It seems like this greatest hits Star Wars game in Lego form. And it's nice to see it coming back out of the water and looking pretty decent. And it now has an official release date that hopefully doesn't move, April 5th, 2022. Also, in some unfortunate issues, Hitman 3 has hit Steam. And you may have been one of the people waiting for it to hit Steam, and you ran to go see what the deal is and notice that some of the reviews are negative. And that's for a variety of reasons. There's been some issues. There's been issues in the Hitman community as well. The subreddit has had some problems. So as of right now, people are unhappy with the way Hitman 3 is priced and structured for Steam. It's still full price, but then there's also the DLC stuff, and it's convoluted and it's messy. And along with that, the VR port that is finally PC playable, which I was excited to jump into, is apparently pretty busted. Now, I kind of assumed it would be busted and that would be half the fun, but still, people are not happy with the whole situation. And the way I look at it is kind of like, because I've been following this closely forever, right? So I feel like it's like, it's kind of like the ghosts of IO Interactive's business moves coming back to haunt them. The reason this is so convoluted and messy and people are pissed off and it's maybe not the most consumer friendly, or at least really confusing to get what you want and get what you need, is because of how they've released these games, and every single one had a different format, every single one had a different publisher, the last one was self-published, so it's all catching up and it's resulting in kind of a mess where people had somewhat of a seamless experience on console and on Epic, which we gave them props for. Unfortunately, Steam users seem to be getting the short end of the stick here. Speaking of Steam users getting the short end of the stick, Steam Decks are on schedule to ship out. Valve has made a statement. Pretty excited. Really, like, give it to me now. Yeah. Give it to me. Love to hear your experience, specifically with the VR version. Definitely let us know. But in some other news, we got some trailers and some cool stuff linked in the description down below that you may have missed throughout the week. The first is a new trailer, a story trailer for Horizon Forbidden West, which is finally dropping pretty soon. Very pumped about this one. I'm actually more excited for this one than I am for the first one. This trailer seems like it rehashes some of the older trailer stuff, but way more context and way more to see. And yeah, just on the top of my radar right now. Also, we had to give them a shout out. It was finally time because our worlds collided. Skatune Network is a YouTuber we very much enjoy. They put out a cover of Mute City from F-Zero. So if you like ska and you want to see ska versions of your favorite video game songs, click it. It's awesome. It's so good.
Listen to We Are the Union.
Also, WWE 2K is back. It took a year off. It was kind of messy, but they've finally officially announced their new game with a new reveal. It's touting a new updated engine, more features, just a blowout of all that stuff, and it still looks like a wacky, busted wrestling game at first glance, but I don't judge those books by a cover. It's about the wrestling gameplay, and that's where people wanted some more work. So let's see how this goes. Also, this is very specific, but I know some people out there are super down with it. There just was a shadow drop of a new game on the Nintendo eShop. It's there's a free-to-play Yu-Gi-Oh game, and I know many people out there personally played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh card games on other Nintendo handhelds, so the time is now. It's time to duel. Go get them. Oh, and also in Nintendo news, Nintendo announced that part of their Nintendo Online subscription expansion pack thing where you get access to older games, the newest Nintendo 64 game being added is Majora's Mask. So in February, you'll be able to access that. Let's see how this port goes, because the version of Ocarina of Time was not the hottest, so yeah, but still, Majora's Mask is a game that a lot of people really love. I played it when I was 8 years old and I took up smoking. Also, we just wanted to share something that really made us smile here. Hopefully maybe it does for you too. This is the developer Dragon, also on Twitter known as @Dragon_GameDev2. He has a YouTube channel and he's uploaded a full video on there that we're going to share. This is a Pokemon first-person shooter. It's a first-person shooter where you have a gun and you shoot Pikachu and you shoot it's amazing. I'm sorry. I don't. You see this on screen? This is ridiculous. I love it. I mean, that's someone's probably gonna put me on a watch list for saying I love that. But you know what?
It's amazing.
Yeah. We're actually behind on this. He uploaded his YouTube video 3 weeks ago, but still, this has been going viral. So check it out. We love it. Now, lastly, in some news that is exciting to just a very specific group of people, including me, the people behind the Wallace and Gromit series are making a video game.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
This is cool. Oh, you care about this type of stuff?
Really cool.
Chicken Run?
Chicken Run 2's
They're making a sequel. It's about chicken nuggets.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's called Rise of the Nugget. Aardman Animations is making a new original IP game. They're calling it a mad open world action adventure game with world building and unique characters, and I am so in. I don't know. There's not really too much more to say about this. It's very early. It seems like, according to these reports, they're still hiring. So they also just announced that they're working on new stuff with Netflix as well. But for them to build their own unique world and characters, that type of charm, that type of spin in gaming is, I think, what we need right now. So, yeah. But on that happy, positive note, let's go. We had too much talk about corporations and mergers and business stuff, so let's get out of here. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Definitely let us know what you're thinking about the stories. Of course, Xbox. What do you think it's going to end up like 5 years from now? Every Call of Duty will be an Xbox game. The World of Warcraft will be on Xbox. Do you think things are going to be that crazy, or do you think it's going to be more low-key? Let's talk about this. Let us know if you have any experience with Hitman 3 and the PC version, specifically with Steam and the VR and all that nonsense. Also, let us know if you enjoy seeing ska covers of your favorite video game songs. And of course, in the pinned comment, if you just want to drop what you're playing, it really helps us for research. We always put that pinned comment there, so thank you. We'll be down in the comments as much as possible. Things get a little crazy, though, so if you want to hit me up directly, you can always find me on Twitter and Instagram @JakeBaldino and my other YouTube channel. That is also my name. But thank you guys for being here. We're here every Friday, so just click the like button. We would very much appreciate that. It really helps. But that's it. I'm Jake Baldino. See you guys next time. Pizza's on me. Have a lovely weekend.